This is a house. You get out of the corner of Van Grand. Okay, my auntie owned, lived in San Diego, and one of the kids that came out of there when my aunt had to move, sold all the right place to my dad in 1944. She had to move to San Diego for the heat. She had arthritis real bad, and this Essie hat came down and lived with her, and found herself a guy down there and got married. But the hat house is, still pretty much looks about the same, except they put in some new windows and stuff. People by the name of Hope live in there now, and I think somebody mentioned that in the 1950s, some people by the name of Johnson lived in there. And in 1913, my aunt Ellen got a rose bush off of the back of this place called Dr. Van Fleet, and we planted that, and that was moved up to our place, and probably about just a few years ago, I took that rose back, took a cutting and started, took it back to that same house again. A year ago.
Oh, that's cool.
Okay, here we go.
Here we go.
Yeah, this is where this gentleman lives. However, he has moved up. This is kind of, we have a two-holer out in back of our.
Yeah, I was wondering when I saw that in the old picture, is that the outhouse?
Yeah, we're talking 100 years ago, you know.
Yeah.
Okay, and of course it has the building off the back, and it was added
Addition on
off.
it,
Yeah,
and all these are cut off of it now.
Oh, what's your?
Dave.
Dave lives where this is now. And that's the old Sandstrom house, and it was sold to Carl Francis in 1939, 8 or 9. And of course, didn't look like this. but that takes you way back. You look at the insulation they got in the roof, must be real nice.
I have,
Oh, yeah.
the living room walls are still original. It's textured waxed cardboard. I can see something was a shipping crate. I took the address off of that. I looked it up. It's Safeco Field. It's a warehouse down in where Safeco Field used to be. And Grace told me, she seems to remember, they said it might have been moved there from Black Diamond originally. So is it a Black Diamond miner shack?
I don't know.
And per the state's records, they said it was originally a chicken coop with no plumbing whatsoever.
An awful lot
Really
of
big chicken coop.
An awful lot of people live in chicken coops, converted. Well, that's just like Mary and Brooks Loops. Had the 3 kids back there, and that, if you know where the old Loop house is, that little cottage back there, that's all converted chicken coop. Brooks told me they turned it the other way, though. It was going the other way. But, well, that was a nice little place. I used to babysit their kids in there.
Where was that?
Right across from us. You know where the old Loop house is? It'd be about 828.
Putting us in the paint.
Okay.
Yeah, he's putting up the fence all the way around.
Yeah.
Eric, now, the little houses that are around the tot lot,
Yeah.
some of them are kind of look like they're built together.
They all moved them in, they moved those in and they added on, and they're just all on the valley.
I just wondered if they were workers that worked in that orchard
No,
street built.
Those didn't come in until, well, I can remember when I was a little kid. And they moved them in, some of them, a couple little shacks, and then they built between it.
Oh, that's why some of that funny shaped one, it's two,
Yeah.
it's 2 shacks built together.
Yeah, and they look together.
Yeah, that's exactly what it looks like.
You're talking about on Chicago Street on
Right,
the other
right,
side.
yeah.
Okay, that was, when I was a kid, Wills lived there, Sorensen was his stepdad, and that's exactly what it is, just bunched together. And the Wedniks was little deep, they added on, they added on. The same with the one on the corner, they had that big tree that they couldn't get rid of. Finally got rid of it, they moved up there.
And you think that's the ninth house on the hill?
That would have, I think, no.
No, it
Well,
could be.
well,
It shows that the tax rolls in 33.
now, somebody said that you thought maybe the crow coming in the picture, you know about that, crow?
No, I haven't traced that name.
Okay.
I just know the state's records go to 33, but it could have been there before that. They didn't start taking pictures till 37, 38.
Okay, anyhow, this is in the middle of Carl Francis's place, and we went from
The whole block.
yeah, the whole block, from Patterson to Dean, and then.
Did you
Bentley
go
Van
through
Ness,
Alexander?
And then I think Nancy said that somehow her father got the back half of all of these on Alexander. Now this is Danny Anderson's house. He lives on the,
Yeah.
Is the original
I
owner or builder?
no, I don't know who is, but when we was,
Van Bevers,
huh?
Van Bevers was the name. Van Bevers,
Jan Bevers?
Van
Oh,
Bevers.
okay. Bill Bevers, what do you know about it? Oh, okay.
The Warner's on it now,
Yeah.
across the street.
But Danny,
We don't have.
you're right. But Danny Anderson lived there for years and years too.
Yeah,
And Danny was city transfer sheet metal and had his place in the armory. So, I think he did all the work for the furnaces and all that kind of stuff. Okay.
Oh, that's cool.
Yeah, and now, when we were kids, that's Elmer Sanford's place. But there's the records show a Judge Dalton. And here's something that's interesting. Elmer Sanford had it in the 40s and 50s. And Elmer ran in the Firestone company, which was in the parking lot where Wells Fargo is now, on Meeker Street. And he sold automotive parts, and Butch, my brother, bought his first bike. He bought his bike at that place. Anyhow, but the big thing is here, and was that the brick came from the Carnation Company. When they tore the Carnation, the top part of the thing off it, that was the
Creamery down
the creamery.
So who lives there now?
The one that lives there now is
there. Howard Yates.
Is that the drummer dude?
yeah, he's with the group Heart.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's right.
Okay, now.
But he doesn't live there, does he? Doesn't he rent it out?
Oh, I think so. I think he's in it.
I think so. That's awful nice house.
He was at one time.
He was, yeah, he was. No.
Oh, it's
Heard there were some
beautiful.
good parties.
We
there.
know this.
I wasn't there at the right time.
Okay. Anyhow, that's pretty super home. I think we all talked about that. Okay, this is our fire station. We didn't have a fire station. Late in the '60s or probably '70s, we got all those houses up there, and if we ever got a fire, there's no way the fire truck could make it up, so they gave us, and that garage door had a fire truck in it, and there was nothing to mark that it was a fire station because we're residential, we don't want that kind of stuff up there, so that building that was just got built next to it there, there used to be a,
was there a reservoir in there?
yeah, yep.
Oh, that's
You remember that, Sally?
Yeah,
Yeah, we used to play with it. Where that water plant is,
And above ground?
Yeah, you could just go up to it. When we were kids, we walked Kennebec, we always called it Creek Road because the water ran down the middle of it, it was still dirt. When we went to the elementary school. And When we came home, we couldn't help but go up the end there and walk, and run through that big ditch. That was a lot of fun. But there was two of them up there. So anyhow, that was our first reservoir before the other one was built.
When did it stop being a fire station?
Oh, boy. Good question. I couldn't tell you.
It wasn't,
But you have any idea, Bush, where they stopped?
No, I don't.
The guy lived on site in there too, you know.
Yeah.
It was
It had a smaller fire truck, and so probably when we start getting bigger equipment,
Yeah. No, couldn't tell you, anyhow, we could be pyros.
Well, did Rick Bridges live in there?
No. I forget what the guy's name was. So, anyhow, this has been part one. Part two, we're planning for July 9th. And it will cover the bottom of the hill along Titus Street and up Scenic Way, up, clear up to Dee's place up in there and whatnot. And if we've got a sign-up sheet if you want to go for part two, and hey, thanks for coming.
Oh, that's wonderful.